Hey YouTube, what's going on? It's Chris here. Just wanted to give you guys something that I was thinking about. And first of all, if you guys could subscribe, like, all that, it'd be greatly appreciated. I love being here with you, giving you videos, all that type of stuff. But what I wanted to bring you guys was my #1 Black Swan event. So I feel like if what I'm about to talk about were to occur, it very much could cripple the cryptocurrency industry, or potentially altogether it would shut down for or be just crippled for years, a few years. So like we had back in 2014 or 13, obviously I wasn't in the space at that time, but when Mt. Gox went down, I mean that was huge, especially with how early everyone was into the cryptocurrency space to have something like that happen when there were absolutely no regulations for the most part. You know, people just lost everything. You could see people with signs holding up like Mt. Gox, where's our money, this or that. People had hundreds of thousands of dollars on this exchange. So my #1 Black Swan event would be Coinbase getting hacked. Because on Coinbase, especially the GDAX portion, there are institutions who are trading on that, I mean, with millions of dollars. And if Coinbase were to ever get hacked and all of a sudden you woke up and there was no coins on Coinbase, I really think that would be the #1 event to bring this whole space down. So it's so important for spaces like Coinbase, which I know they're insured or whatnot, but who really knows, guys? I mean, it could be 20 years before you get your money back, or if they only insure 1% or something like that so they can claim that they're insured. I don't know the ins and outs of Coinbase, but I feel like if Coinbase were to have a serious hack put on them and people's, you know, institutional money and whatnot, their coins were gone, I really think that would kill all the trust in the cryptocurrency community. And, you know, guys, there's a lot of other things, like you keep hearing about these 51% of hacks and attacks and all that type of stuff, which I know would be almost impossible with Bitcoin or Litecoin or Ethereum because of how big the block size is and how much it would cost to be able to do that. But also, I mean, if there was a 51% attack on Bitcoin and not just Bitcoin Gold and this or that, I mean, there is a lot of different things that could happen. So never invest more than you could afford to lose. And I know that's cliche and everybody says that, but it's really the truth, guys. Like if you woke up tomorrow and all your coins were gone, would you be able to pay your mortgage? Would you be able to have food and stuff for your family? So just really think about that, because anything can happen. And that's also why it's smart to use a Trezor or a Ledger Nano S or something like that, some type of hardware wallet where you can keep your coins, because if you do keep them on the exchanges, you're trusting them to the exchanges. And, you know, they're like banks. They're pimping out your coins, that if all of a sudden there was a major event and you wanted your coins to put in your Ledger Nano and they don't have them for you, just like the bank, if everyone rushed to the bank and says, hey, I need my money, this or that, just like we saw during the Depression stuff, the bank doesn't have everybody's money because they're lending it out and making money off other people's money. So, and that's also why I like cryptocurrency, because I understand there's potential for loss and everything, but when you put your money in a bank, I mean, you're hardly, if that, getting 1% interest in a year. So think about that. If you tied up $100,000, you had it sitting in a bank account, and you make $1,000 on it in a year, that's it. And you couldn't make any other investments or do anything with it, or, you know, buy a house and rent it out or something. But it's just terrible rates, and these banks take such advantage of us. And that's why I love this space kind of being your own bank. It's risky. It's the Wild West, guys. Right now, without having serious regulations and everything, like we're in the Wild West. And I'm a big advocate of the Second Amendment. I always have been, always will be. I don't care what anybody says about it. It's my right. But in this Wild West, it's really important to have a firearm, guys. Like I have my CCW and I have quite a few weapons. You know, I stockpile some stuff and whatnot. I'm a bit of a prepper, but the reason why I have my guns and keep a weapon on me is due to the fact there's a lot of people who have been basically kidnapped. Like if people find out that you have cryptocurrency, there's been people who have actually been kidnapped, taken to their house and threatened, like, we're going to kill you if you don't transfer your coins to our account. And that's kind of the scary thing as well with being your own bank. There is no third party. So like we talked about, it's the wild, wild west. I mean, there's guys who come out here and they're flashing how many coins they have or this or that. I mean, you're asking for trouble with all the crazies out there, and especially if you don't protect and defend yourself. So my opinion to you guys is learn how to protect yourself and your family since you're your own bank. And, you know, just really take that to heart. I'm just telling you guys, you can do whatever you want, but me, I've always grown up in a family to where the Second Amendment is the most important amendment. I believe it's even more important than the First Amendment, because without the Second Amendment, we wouldn't have a First Amendment, because, you know what I mean, the government, a tyrannical government, anything could take over, and you don't have your First Amendment if you can't defend yourself. And you know, that's why I believe that the Second Amendment is so crucial, that you're not always going to have time to call the police or do this or that. Like, you need to be your own defender as well. So guys, just kind of take that to heart, because I don't want to see anyone out here get hurt or get taken advantage of or anything like that. So just be very careful, be aware, protect your money, protect your funds, and you know, guys, just take care. That's what I wanted to tell you. And I do feel like this would be the #1 Black Swan event if Coinbase went down, because everything would be lost, in my opinion. Like, all the hope, all the trust. Like, why would anyone trade on GDAX or anything like that if it was able to get hacked? So, you know, guys, we got to pray that none of this stuff happens, because we could wake up in the morning and the whole market's disintegrated, or we could wake up in the morning and people are millionaires. So it's just the risk versus reward. You know, if, say, you invested $10,000, is the risk of losing $10,000 worth the potential of that $10,000 turning into a few $100,000? You gotta find that out for yourself. But I wanted to bring this to you all. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment, all that type of stuff, and just take care of yourself, guys. God bless.